All right, my name is Brian Pelican. I'm a realtor here in Las Vegas, and I wanted to tell you about this incredible program to help people buy homes that I've recently found out about. And you know what's crazy about this is probably one of the best kept secrets in real estate, because this program has actually been around for decades. Okay, and what I'm talking about is a federally insured backed program that allows senior citizens, okay, you have to be at least 62 or older, to buy a home for 50 cents on the dollar. And here's the kicker: you'll have no payments. Okay, now I know you're probably thinking to yourself, all right, this has got to be a scam. It's too good to be true. Why have I never heard of this? And you know, I thought the same thing myself when I first found out about it, but I tell you honestly, truthfully, this program is real. It is backed by the federal government. It is a real loan program, and it's there to help senior citizens. That's really what the point of it is. But let me kind of go over the basics of how the program how it works and what it requires. Okay, the stipulations are very, very minimal actually. It requires, though, that you do have a 50% down payment. Okay, and we're not talking about hard money either. We're talking about a loan that's at a reasonable, competitive loan rate. So you have to have a cash down payment. It needs to be cash. It needs to be your money. Okay. You as the homeowner need to be able to afford to pay for the taxes and the insurance on the home that you're buying. So, for example, in Las Vegas, taxes, annual insurance or annual property taxes are running about 1% of the property value per year. So let's say you buy a $200,000 house, the annual taxes be around $2,000 a month, which works out to about $165 a month, give or take. And then your homeowner's insurance, probably maybe another 50 or 60 bucks a month. So you have to be able to afford to pay about $200, $250 a month, give or take, to cover your taxes and insurance, which you'd have to pay if you owned a home anyway. Bad credit is okay. You could have the worst FICO score. You could have all kinds of collections. That's what blows me away. This program does not require you to have good credit at all. You can have no credit. It doesn't matter. You have to be at least 62 years old or older. And if you and your spouse are going to be on the loan, you both need to be at least 62 years or older. This has to be your primary residence. In other words, the home that you're buying, you have to move into it and live there. You can't use it as an investment. And again, you don't have to make any payments for life. Okay. Now, we could talk about actuarial tables and the expected life expectancy of people. You know, in the United States, it's about 78 years old. And if you're 62, you get one of these loans, odds are, chances are that you're going to die by the time you're about 78, if you're typical or average. So you're only talking about a loan that's going to last maybe 18 years. All right. And when the borrower dies, the home reverts back to your heirs. So if you put it in a trust, for example, but then at that point your heirs need to either refinance the property and pay that loan off, or they need to sell the property, cash out the equity, and pay it off at that point. If you want to get more information about that, my phone number is here. You can call me. Anybody viewing this video, if it tends to circulate on the internet, which I hope it does, it's an awesome program. It works anywhere in the United States, not just in Las Vegas. My phone number is 702-768-1470. So real quickly, let me illustrate a little bit better how this could actually work in real life for you. So what I've done here, my master artistry skills here, I hope you like it, illustrates the idea of really what happens in this program. So let's say grandma and grandpa, okay, they're 62 or older, they own a home now, or they have $100,000 just for illustration purposes, and they want to buy a $200,000 house. If they have $100,000 cash, or if they sell their current home in order to cash out the equity that they have in their current home in order to get rid of the payment and maybe downsize, they can take that $100,000 plus get the loan that is backed by the federal government for another $100,000. They match you dollar for dollar. And then you could take that and you can buy and become a homeowner with no monthly payments. Okay? Now, obviously there's a loan in place. Okay, so you're asking yourself, well, how does the money get repaid? Or am I going to lose all my equity? Or are they going to foreclose on me? Absolutely not. They're not going to foreclose on you. It is federally backed and you can live in that home for life as long as you make the tax payments and you keep your insurance up to date. Okay? So let's take an example, that $100,000 that you borrowed at, let's say, 5%, because the interest rate is slightly higher at 5% than a regular normal loan, but again, you're making no payments. After the first year, you're going to owe $105, okay? The balance will be growing over time as that interest is accruing. However, the home you bought is worth $200,000. Now, on average, for the past 100 or more years, home values have appreciated on average about 3% per year, keeping up with the rate of inflation. It's an extremely conservative way to look at the appreciation of home values, and it's been very consistent for 100 years or more. Okay? Now, there's been ups and downs, no doubt. You know, we had the bubble of the last decade here, but in general, the home's going to appreciate for 3%, keeping up with inflation. So your $200,000 home after 1 year is now worth $206,000. It's gained $6,000 in value. Your interest has accumulated $5,000 in value. Well, guess what? You're positive. That is positive growth. And so now your $100,000 of equity is now worth $101 after the first year. Okay? So that kind of illustrates how it works. And year by year, it pretty much will follow that same pattern, barring any crazy, catastrophic financial meltdowns like we've had in the past. Anything is possible. But even if that happens, because of the federal backing, and they've totally revamped the lending system to make it this way, they will never foreclose on you as long as you're living in the home, alive, and making the taxes and insurance payments. So it's an incredible opportunity to help you buy. Get in the home of your dreams, or downsize, get rid of that bigger home that you're in right now with monthly payments that you're making now. Get your equity out, get into a more comfortable setting, into a home that's easier for you to manage, and you're not going to be chewing up all the equity in the value of the home that you want to pass on to your heirs, unlike certain loan programs that they've had in the past, okay? So again, if you want to find out more about this, my phone number, 702-768-1470. Again, my name is Brian Pelican. I've sold almost 4,000 homes here in Las Vegas. I'm very reputable, as many of you know, and I'd love to help some of you out there get into this program and make home ownership a reality, or get you out of a situation where you feel tied and you've got these monthly payments that are a burden. You can get rid of them altogether and get into something more manageable and affordable for you. Thanks for watching.